So in my last video, it was the first test I had done using wood pellets inside an Emberlit stove. The test was moderately successful, certainly not the performance I was hoping to get from it. Not unexpected though. I had mentioned in that video that watching a Hiram Cook video back from 2012, he had a similar experience. His wasn't quite as good as mine, but it just didn't perform the way you would hope it would, and understandably so. There's no airflow through the bottom of an Emberlit stove. So what I thought I would do is take a piece of screening, 2 metal rods, and suspend the screening off of the floor of the Emberlit by sliding these rods through the holes, the air holes on each side. Now what that's going to mean for me to do, because of the size of this, is I'm going to have to disassemble the Emberlit and put it together. So what I'll do is I'll do that now, show you what it looks like, and we'll get on with the test. Stay tuned. Okay, let's get ready to do this test, and I'll show you what I've done. So the stove is assembled now. Screening is dropped in the bottom. I have 2 stainless steel rods going through the feet or the air holes on the side, and it looks as if it's about 3/4 of an inch, the suspension off of the bottom, maybe a little less. There's a bit of a bow to the screen, only because I think I cut it slightly too large. So I'm going to load it with the pellets and we'll light her up and see how this test goes. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, let's get the pellets loaded. Losing a few out. That's 1 cup of pellets, 150 grams. The economics of which is 5 cents for this bag load. Last test I did, I used methyl hydrate liquid, and it went right through and out across my brick. Not a good choice for doing this. So this time I'm going to use gel alcohol. Spread around to what looks to be a tablespoon, maybe 2. And before I light it, because I found it's a little difficult to do after you get the stove lit, put my cross members on. Alright, light this up from the side. Yep, it's going. Can never tell with alcohol. Alright, at this point I don't seem to need a windscreen, but I may in a minute. So I'm going to let this burn for a few minutes until I see the alcohol gel has burned off and the wood pellets appear to be engaged. Then I'll bring it back. "16 minutes into the test and the flames have gone out." It's interesting, I can still see glowing embers. See if I can cast a little bit of a shadow for you. There's quite a bit of glowing embers down. There's still quite a bit of heat being produced by the pellets, but there's no active flame down there. Probably could grill over that. 1/1002.5 seconds is what I'm getting. So yeah, I could. Now how long those coals will last, can't imagine. Maybe enough for a hamburger, but that wasn't the point of this test. I wanted to see what I could do with wood pellets in terms of generating heat for boiling. That turned out much better than I could have expected. Alright, let's close this up with a few closing thoughts. So what are my closing thoughts on using wood pellets in an Emberlit stove with a screen that raises the pellets above the bottom floor plate of the Emberlit stove by 1/2 inch or so? Very successful, in fact. They burned out much quicker than they did without the screen, but they burned much more efficiently. There was a lot of airflow. I had a good strong flame, as you saw. It brought the water to a boil in 6.5 minutes. Can't complain about that. That would work quite well. But is it practical to take a screen along with you with your Emberlit stove? Yeah, not the screen I built. The one I built was kind of a lightweight material. I didn't have a good heavyweight screen or a piece of stainless steel screening that I would have liked to have used. But if I find a piece, it wouldn't take up much room. No less room than the floor plate does in your little envelope that you put the Emberlit in. So yes, I think it could be a practical alternative to using found wood or cut wood in the national parks if all you wanted to do was boil water. It's not a grilling heat. It did produce some heat at the end that could be grilled with, but that wasn't the point of this test. The point was to see if I could bring water to a boil, and it did that not only effectively and quickly, but then that 1 cup of pellets didn't last much after that, which is just what you're looking for, just the right amount of time to bring water to a boil. That was 2 cups of water. Could it bring a liter of water to a boil? Maybe. I think it made him just enough time, but I don't often use a full liter of boiling hot water. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this test. I hope it was valuable to you. I do have a few other tests I'm going to do with the Emberlit, and then I'm going to get into my firebox stove. I haven't done that yet. So if you've enjoyed this test, please consider subscribing to my channel and stay tuned for more tests. But in the meantime, get out and explore. Take that path less traveled. It will make all the difference. Bye for now.